Are battles fascinating? Not usually. Are battles deadly? Absolutely. But today we're delving into the most lethal battle ever fought. Get ready for an adventure back in time, where warriors battled fiercely and the world changed forever. From the intense strategies to the awe-inspiring acts of bravery, this story will leave you breathless. So get ready to be captivated as we unravel the secrets and relive the pulse-pounding moments of this legendary battle. Let's embark on this exhilarating journey together. The deadliest battle of all time is a somber reminder of the immense human cost of war. While there are several contenders for this dubious distinction, one particularly tragic event that stands out is the Battle of Stalingrad during World War II. The Battle of Stalingrad, fought between August 23, 1942 and February 2, 1943, was a brutal confrontation between Nazi Germany and the Soviet Union for control of the city of Stalingrad, now Volgograd, in southern Russia. The battle was characterized by intense urban warfare, with both sides suffering staggering casualties. The human toll of the Battle of Stalingrad is difficult to comprehend. Estimates vary, but it's believed that between 2 and 2.5 million people, both military personnel and civilians, lost their lives during the battle. The sheer scale of the destruction and suffering endured by those caught in the crossfire is a stark reminder of the devastating consequences of armed conflict. Reflecting on the Battle of Stalingrad serves as a poignant reminder of the importance of seeking peaceful resolutions to conflicts and striving to prevent such tragedies from occurring in the future. It's a testament to the resilience of the human spirit in the face of unimaginable hardship, and a solemn tribute to those who made the ultimate sacrifice in the pursuit of victory and freedom. The Battle of Stalingrad was a pivotal confrontation between Nazi Germany and the Soviet Union during World War II. It unfolded over a period of 6 months, from August 23, 1942 to February 2, 1943, and took place in the city of Stalingrad, now Volgograd, in southern Russia. The battle was characterized by brutal close-quarters combat, with both sides fighting fiercely for control of the city. The battle began with a massive German offensive aimed at capturing Stalingrad, a key industrial and transportation hub on the Volga River. The German forces, under the command of Field Marshal Friedrich Paulus, launched a series of relentless attacks, supported by air and artillery bombardment. However, the Soviet defenders, led by General Georgy Zhukov, put up a fierce resistance, refusing to yield even an inch of ground. Street by street, house by house, they fought tenaciously to defend their city against the German onslaught. As the battle raged on, Stalingrad became a scene of unimaginable destruction and suffering. Entire neighborhoods were reduced to rubble, and civilians caught in the crossfire endured tremendous hardship. The bitter winter cold added to the misery of both soldiers and civilians as they battled not only the enemy, but also the elements. One of the defining moments of the battle came when the Soviet Union launched a massive counteroffensive in November 1942, encircling the German 6th Army inside the city. The German forces, deprived of supplies and facing relentless Soviet attacks, found themselves trapped in a desperate struggle for survival. Despite Hitler's orders for the German troops to fight to the last man, Field Marshal Paulus eventually surrendered on February 2, 1943, marking a decisive victory for the Soviet Union. The Battle of Stalingrad is widely regarded as a turning point of World War II, as it dealt a severe blow to the German war effort and shifted the momentum of the conflict in favor of the Allies. The human cost of the Battle of Stalingrad was staggering. Estimates vary, but it's believed that between 2 and 2.5 million people, including military personnel and civilians, lost their lives over the course of the battle. The city of Stalingrad itself was left in ruins, serving as a stark reminder of the horrors of war and the sacrifices made by those who fought and died there. The Battle of Stalingrad is often considered one of the deadliest battles of all time for several reasons. Sheer scale of casualties. The Battle of Stalingrad resulted in an unprecedented number of casualties, with estimates ranging from 2 and 2.5 million people killed, wounded, or captured. The intensity and duration of the fighting, combined with the large number of troops involved in both sides, contributed to the staggering loss of life. Urban warfare. Stalingrad was a major industrial city on the Volga River, characterized by dense urban infrastructure. The battle devolved into brutal close-quarters combat, as both sides fought for control of the streets, buildings, and factories. Urban warfare tends to be particularly deadly due to difficulty of maneuvering and the high risk of civilian casualties. Strategic importance. Stalingrad held significant strategic importance for both the Axis and Allied powers. For Nazi Germany, capturing Stalingrad would have allowed them to sever Soviet transportation and communication lines, as well as gain valuable oil fields in the Caucasus region. For the Soviet Union, holding Stalingrad was crucial for defending the Volga River, a vital supply route, and protecting the heartland of the USSR from further invasion. Environmental factors. The Battle of Stalingrad took place during the harsh Russian winter, adding an additional layer of hardship for soldiers on both sides. Freezing temperatures, snowstorms, and limited supplies exacerbated the already dire conditions, leading to increased casualties from frostbite, exposure, and disease. Political stake. The Battle of Stalingrad was not just a military confrontation, but also a symbol of ideological struggle between Nazi Germany and the Soviet Union. The Soviet leadership, under Joseph Stalin, invested significant resources and manpower into defending the city, viewing it as a matter of national survival. Similarly, Adolf Hitler's insistence on capturing Stalingrad at all costs reflected the high stakes and fanatical determination of the Nazi regime. The combination of these factors contributed to the unprecedented scale of death and destruction witnessed during the Battle of Stalingrad, earning it a place in history as one of the deadliest battles of all time. The Battle of Stalingrad ended in a decisive victory for the Soviet Union and a crushing defeat for Nazi Germany. After months of ferocious fighting, the German Sixth Army, commanded by Field Marshal Friedrich Paulus, was encircled and captured inside the city by Soviet forces in November 1942. Despite Adolf Hitler's orders for the Sixth Army to fight to the last man and never surrender, the entire situation faced by the trapped German troops became increasingly desperate. Supplies were dwindling, casualties were mounting, and the harsh winter conditions added to the misery of both soldiers and civilians alike. On February 2, 1943, after enduring weeks of relentless Soviet attacks and with no hope of relief or escape, Field Marshal Paulus made the fateful decision to surrender. It was a stunning reversal of fortune for the German forces, who had entered the battle with high hopes of capturing Stalingrad and dealing a decisive blow to the Soviet Union. The surrender of the German Sixth Army at Stalingrad was a major turning point in World War II. It marked the first time that a German field army had been defeated on the Eastern Front, and it had dealt a severe blow to Hitler's military ambitions in the Soviet Union. The loss of an entire army, along with its equipment and supplies, was a devastating setback for the Axis powers and a significant morale boost for the Allies. In contrast, the victory at Stalingrad was a moment of triumph for the Soviet Union and its leader, Joseph Stalin. It bolstered Soviet morale, demonstrated the resilience of the Red Army, and signaled to the world that the tide of war was beginning to turn in favor of the Allies. The end of the Battle of Stalingrad marked a decisive victory for the Soviet Union and a major setback for Nazi Germany, setting the stage for the eventual defeat of the Axis powers in World War II. In the end, the Battle of Stalingrad concluded not with a triumphant march into the heart of the city, but with the agonizing realization of defeat for Nazi Germany. As the last remnants of the German Sixth Army surrendered amidst the ruins of Stalingrad, the scale of the tragedy became painfully clear. Stalingrad, once a bustling industrial center, lay in ruins, its streets littered with the debris of war and the bodies of fallen soldiers. The city had become a symbol of the relentless brutality and unforgiving nature of urban warfare, a testament to the horrors unleashed by human conflict. The Battle of Stalingrad is not just a military confrontation. It was a cataclysmic event that extracted an unimaginable toll on both sides. From the icy streets of the city to the windswept plains beyond, millions perished in the crucible of battle, their lives extinguished in a blaze of violence and suffering. Yet, amidst the devastation, there emerged a glimmer of hope, a testament to the indomitable spirit of the human soul. The victory at Stalingrad, hard-won though it was, served as a beacon of resilience and determination for the Soviet Union and its allies. It was a reminder that even in the darkest of times, the flame of freedom and justice can never be extinguished. As we reflect on the legacy of the Battle of Stalingrad, let us remember the countless lives lost and the sacrifices made in the pursuit of victory. Let us honor the memory of those who have fought and died on both sides of the conflict, and let us pledge to never forget the lessons learned from the deadliest battle of all time. As we reach the end of this incredible exploration of the deadliest battle of all time, remember, the conversation doesn't end here. Drop a comment down below with your thoughts and where you're watching from. Let's keep the excitement going and continue to connect over our shared love of history and storytelling. Stay tuned for more epic journeys ahead.